All right, everybody, welcome back for another deep dive. And this time, oh boy, this is a weird one.
Yeah, you could say that again.
I mean, we are talking about Groundhog Day.
Right, February 2nd.
Yeah, but not really though, right?
Yeah.
Because we've got all these searches, and they're all pointing at like the year 2025.
2025, that's right. Yeah.
So what's the deal? What is everybody so obsessed with Groundhog Day 3 years from now?
Well, that is the question, isn't it? I mean, you look at the searches, some of them make sense, right? Just basic stuff. Groundhog Day, Punxsutawney Phil, okay, just like the basics.
Right, like how to spell it.
Exactly. Just, getting their ducks in a row on what this holiday is all about.
The bare minimum.
The bare minimum. Yeah, but then you got all these searches that are, Groundhog Day 2025, Groundhog's Day, even misspelled 2025, Punxsutawney Phil 2025. And it's like, all right, so are people just like crazy organized? Are they already planning their February of 2025?
Yeah, right? Like, I better get my Punxsutawney Phil costume ready.
Exactly. But it's funny because it doesn't seem like that, right? It seems like there's something else going on here. There's like this anticipation, this like build up to 2025.
People are expecting something big to happen.
Exactly. Yeah. So, is there some kind of cultural phenomenon? Is there, I don't know, some kind of astrological event happening in 2025?
Is Punxsutawney Phil retiring?
Right. Is this his last, is he finally going to, kick the bucket? Is that what everybody's waiting for?
Or, is there going to be a big, the Hollywood blockbuster about Punxsutawney Phil in 2025?
Yeah, maybe there's some big marketing campaign we're all not aware of yet. Who knows? Maybe there's an environmental group that's planning some big awareness campaign around Groundhog Day in 2025.
Yeah, or, it's funny because, you've got those searches, but then you also have like, just like Groundhog, and Groundhog Day meaning like maybe there's some people who are like brand new to this whole thing.
Yeah. The uninitiated, the people who need to be brought into the fold of this wonderful tradition.
Right. So, okay. So for those folks, like give us the Groundhog Day 101, like what is the deal with this whole thing?
Well, it's interesting because the tradition as we know it, Punxsutawney Phil and all of that, it's actually got its roots in Europe.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So, way back when, there was this ancient Christian holiday celebrated on February 2nd. It was called Candlemas. And they believed that, if Candlemas Day was sunny, it meant 6 more weeks of winter were coming.
Oh, okay. So it's like the opposite of what we do now.
Yeah, exactly. And, over time, German settlers, they brought this tradition over to Pennsylvania. And, of course, hedgehogs weren't as readily available. So they said, well, you know what? We got plenty of groundhogs. Let's use those guys.
Makes sense.
And so that's kind of how the whole Groundhog Day tradition, as we know it, was born.
Huh. Fascinating.
Yeah, so it's a little more than just some, silly American thing.
Right. It's got some, some European flair.
Yeah. Exactly. Some old world charm to it.
So, okay. So back to 2025, like, have there ever been like years in the past where there was like a really weird prediction or, maybe a prediction that came true when nobody expected it?
Well, there have been a few predictions that have caused a stir over the years. There was one time where Phil predicted an early spring. And it was during a particularly harsh winter, so people were really excited about that. And then there was another time when he called for a long winter, but it turned out to be an unusually mild one.
So he's not always right.
No, not always, but, nothing that quite explains this level of anticipation for 2025.
Right, like this hyper-focus.
Yeah, exactly. Like, everyone's got their eyes on the prize, and we don't even know what the prize is.
Okay, so here's what I'm thinking. Like, maybe it's not even about the prediction itself.
Okay. I like where you're going with this.
Maybe it's like this need for hope,
Oh, yeah.
Like we're all stuck in, February, it's cold, it's dark.
Cabin fever is setting in.
Exactly. And we just need something to look forward to.
Right. That sense of renewal that spring brings.
Like a fresh start.
Yeah, exactly. And maybe 2025 is just, it's that year where everybody's just really craving that hope, that change.
So really it's not about Punxsutawney Phil at all.
Maybe not.
Yeah.
Maybe it's about something much bigger than all of us.
Deeper.
Wow.
So to everyone listening out there, when you're thinking about, all these searches for Groundhog Day 2025, maybe take a moment and think about, what does this holiday, what does this whole tradition mean to you?
Yeah. What does it mean for you personally? What are you hoping for? What are you looking forward to in the coming year?
I love that.
Maybe the answer isn't in Punxsutawney. Maybe it's a little closer to home.
Something to think about, folks.
Food for thought. Until next time.
See ya.